Microsoft is taking enterprise software into new technology realms. Let's look at the platforms that are available for the new Dynamics 365 for Operations. First of all, this application is hosted on the Microsoft Azure cloud, so no on-premises hardware required to run the software. Secondly, you can run this on a variety of browsers, including Internet Explorer 10 or 11, Edge, Chrome, or Safari. For my example today, I'm running this on Chrome, and I'm using the most current version of Chrome. So basically, anywhere that you have internet access, you have the ability to get to your enterprise software. In addition, in those areas that you can't get internet access, if you can still get a mobile signal, you can still get access to your enterprise system and your important information. To illustrate that, I'm going to use a software application developed by Samsung that is called SideSync. SideSync is an application that allows users to plug their Samsung Galaxy mobile phone into their workstation or laptop and sync information back and forth. I use it just to show the desktop of my mobile phone to users when I'm demonstrating Dynamics 365 for Operations. There are several apps available for Android phones, for iPhones, and for the Windows phone. And let me show you a few examples. First of all, if I have a Chrome browser on my mobile phone, I can literally log into Dynamics 365, provide my credentials, and what you will see here on the mobile device using the Chrome browser is the same menu categories and workspaces that you're seeing in the background using my workstation. And then I have the ability to navigate to the different workstations and move through the available information there, including the Power BI graphics that have been pulled down and displayed on that workspace. But I'll have to admit that's a little bit difficult to use because the size of the browser on a mobile phone is so small. An alternative that looks much nicer is to use the app I had talked about just a moment ago. Let me minimize the browser for a moment here. And let's open the Dynamics 365 for Operations app, which I downloaded from Google Store. Now, Microsoft provides with the app a selection of areas in Dynamics that you could navigate to using these menu buttons you see here. Users can also add additional buttons and workspaces to this mobile app. So if, for example, I were going to visit a customer and I wanted to review the status of their sales orders before I go in, I can navigate to Sales Orders. Let's view all orders for a customer. And then let's select a customer here that we know has some good orders in the system and click on Sales Orders. Once that refreshes, I now have a list of open orders for that customer, and I can drill further to see not only the created date and time and its current status, but I can go all the way down to the order line information, so I can now see what they've ordered, the quantity for each item, and the delivery date information. Okay, let me back up to the previous menu buttons and let's select the option for inventory on hand. Now I have the ability to check on-hand inventory for an item, and let's go ahead and check by warehouse. I'm going to select my item number 1000 and let's look at on-hand per warehouse. And now I could see for any of the sites and warehouses within my company entity that I'm working in, what is on hand. This mobile app allows me to get information from my enterprise system anywhere that I can get a mobile signal. Another option for performing transactions and updating activity in Dynamics 365 for Operations is the Dynamics 365 for Operations WMS or Warehouse Management app, which I've also downloaded from Google Apps. And let me go ahead and start that application to show you what that menu structure can look like. I would log in here as a warehouse worker, so I'm going to provide the credentials for that warehouse worker and hit enter or a checkbox at the bottom. And now I see the inventory transaction or warehouse menu, which includes things such as inbound and outbound. Inbound being examples of like a purchase receipt or a transfer order inbound. Outbound being shipments of product, either to a customer order or to a transfer order. I can do inventory transactions like cycle counting and updating counts through that. I'm going to do an example here of a production transaction, so I'll click on production, and I can do a variety of processes here. The one I want to illustrate is the RAF and put away, which means to report as finished a quantity from a production order and to put away in a specific location. Now I would normally scan the production order barcode from my paperwork or perhaps from my bin. In this case, for the purpose of our demo, I'm going to click on that space right there and provide it through the keyboard. This is on production order P000173. The system will validate that and tell me that if I look at the details here, there's an image for the item, the production order number, the product ID, etc. And my task now here allows me to input a quantity or accept the default quantity for that item to proceed and do that transaction. So we've shown here a couple examples of apps that are provided by Microsoft that can be downloaded to your mobile device and allow you to interact with your enterprise system. Finally, I wanted to show one last thing here on the subject of technology, and that is two new applications which Microsoft has developed and that users can download and utilize. One of them is called Power Apps, the other is called Flow. These are citizen development apps, meaning that you're not writing in a programming language, but you're using an interface that's been developed by Microsoft that allows you to build apps that can be deployed upon any mobile device, a tablet or mobile phone, and would allow you to do other types of transactions within your system. So do you need a special app that allows your salespeople to demonstrate your products to a potential client, the options available for that product, and or actually place orders? That would be a great example of using the new Power Apps builder to allow you to create your own mobile apps. So in summary, we have shown that the new Dynamics 365 for Operations can run in a variety of browsers, anywhere basically and any time that a person can get an internet connection. If no internet connection is available, they can use the apps that are developed for mobile devices, which could be downloaded from Microsoft or from Google Store, so they can run mobile apps anywhere that they can get a mobile signal. And finally, if they need something custom, something unique to their company, they can download Power Apps or Flow and create their own applications without having to have a developer. That is the technology available for Microsoft Dynamics 365 for Operations that extend the horizons of an enterprise system beyond what users typically think available. Thank you for your time.